Matt Stepp with Dave Campbell's Texas Football back here at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center, here with the new head coach of the Giddings Buffaloes, Coach Wade Griffin. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us here in beautiful San Antonio.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Coach, first off, congrats on the new gig.
Thank you.
You were at a great place at Brewer, and I thought you came in and turned that program around and got things really pointed in the right direction. And I actually met with Coach Peterman right when magazines came out. And he was very complimentary of the state of the program and where it was. And I know that was important to you to leave the program in better shape than when you got there. But what attracted you to the Giddings job when that job opened up? What were some of the positives that really caused you to look and leave a great place like Brewer?
Sure. Well, a lot of my coaching career has been in Central Texas. I coached at Georgetown and Elgin and Westwood and some places like that. So to me, Central Texas feels like home. I'm more of a small town guy too, but Giddings has been one of those jobs, and I told the administration when I interviewed for the job at Giddings is one of those jobs where I've had my eye on it. I've always told myself if that job opened, I was going to apply because it's a small town. That football is the most important thing in town. There's Buffalo flags up on Friday nights. Everybody in town goes to the games. And, I have 4 small children, and I want to be a part of a special small community like that where football and athletics is a big part of the community. And not only that, but, where my girls can have a great place to go to school too. So
I'll tell you this.
It's a good place.
I was down that way a few years ago for a 7-on-7 in early May. I think it was in Lexington. And I think Giddings may have made the playoffs in either baseball or softball. And baseball and softball are a big deal, but they had flags lining the main drag in town. I mean, the black and gold was out, the Buffalo flags were out, and you drive by that stadium. They have a really beautiful facility. The facilities at Giddings are really nice, aren't they?
Really nice. We're in a high school that's less than 10 years old with a brand new weight room. Just got new turf. Just for a smaller 4A school, we got great facilities. That you don't have to want for anything at Giddings, for sure.
How has the community welcomed you and your family? What's the feel been like since you guys have moved down there?
It's been awesome. Everybody's excited. Everybody loved Chris Jones. He did a great job too. But they've embraced us. I've got those small children, and everybody's been super friendly and excited. Just to see what we can do. Great tradition at Giddings, and I think they're just excited to kind of get it. Continue that going.
It's a different deal in a small town because you were in Brewer and you lived in Fort Worth. You can go to the grocery store and nobody would probably recognize you or say anything unless somebody really close to the school. But this is a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes because if you're losing, that may not be a good thing.
Right.
But right now, everything's good. When somebody sees you at the grocery store or sees you at the gas station, hey, Coach, looking forward to the season. Is that kind of the vibe you get?
Exactly, and that's the difference. And that's what that's kind of what we want to get back to, have that little feeling and having children that people are watching your kids too, and making sure that you know where your kids are at also. But a good story about that, my first week on the job, I didn't know anybody there. I go to Buc-ee's. Did you
get a root beer?
No, I got a coffee. I went to Buc-ee's, and I go up there to pay for my coffee, and she said, "Are you the new head coach?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." "How'd you know that?" She goes, "Well, I've been looking at your face right here in the newspaper for 5 days." So it is definitely one of those places where everybody's going to know everybody, and that's kind of what drew us there too.
All right, now let's look ahead to 2018. Obviously, you're making some changes. You're going to put your own offense in, your own defense. You brought some new coaches in. What kind of team can Buffalo fans expect to see when you guys take the field for Week 1?
Well, we're going to try to be a physical football team on both sides of the ball. We're going to go back to being a run-first offense, and we're going to go try to be more of a 4-3, physical playing defense. We hired the offensive coordinator from Brenham right down the road, so you're going to see a lot of multiple formations, but we're going to try to run the football. We're going to be big up front. We have 2 big, huge backs, and so you're going to try to run the football first, and then we have, which y'all picked to be the preseason MVP on offense, is our big, tall receiver, Jalen Joyner, out there. So if we can run the football with our big guys up front, then we'll have some favorable matchups with Jalen outside.
Seems like when you were at Elgin, your most successful teams, you were really a run-first personality, and you picked and chose your deep shots. And when you hit your deep shots, you were very, very successful. And I imagine that was because that safety starts to creep in the box, and you're able to get over the top. Is that kind of the kind of offense that you feel like when you're most successful as a coach?
Most definitely. I mean, if they have to start committing safeties to stopping the run, then we have favorable matchups outside. If they feel like they have to cover that guy, then we have a good box to run at. So, it's an easy game sometimes.
It's math, isn't it?
Yeah, it's math, and you just got to go execute it, and we got to be good enough up front to block it. And we think that's going to be our strength is up front. We're going to be really, really big, and we hope those guys step up and lead the way. You know, I mean, we're going to look like a 6A football program when we come out there on the offensive line. I mean, it'll be 290 across the front, all 5 of those guys. And so
starts up front, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're going to have to live with those guys, and they're going to have to step up and help us.
All right, now I got to ask you, when you were at Brewer, we found a couple of good barbecue spots in town. Have you found any good barbecue spots in Giddings yet?
City Meat Market.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the go-to order for Coach Griffin? What do you get when you go there?
Well, I'm a ribs guy for sure.
Okay.
They do. I mean, anything at the meat market's good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then right down the road, Tootsie at Snow's.
Oh, I miss Tootsie's the best.
Okay, so Miss Tootsie works for Giddings ISD during the week.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you talked to her about
Most
brands?
definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Have you worked that? Have you worked that out yet?
I haven't had it yet, but she told me to come see her.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that for sure.
All right. Now, obviously, we're here at the coaches' convention. It's the final day. The schedule's changed a little bit. You know, it moved up to Sunday. The exhibit hall is open on Sunday. Everything wraps up today. Now, the certifications are this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Are you doing any of the certifications?
Yes, sir. We're going to do tackling and concussion here.
Get that knocked out, right?
Yes.
What do you think of the new schedule? What's been your feedback and the vibe? I mean, the numbers. I talked to Coach Martin this morning, and there's record numbers of coaches out here. What's your vibe on the new schedule? How do you feel about it?
I think it's good. I mean, I think it's going to take a little while for some of these guys to get adjusted. You know, some of the guys still didn't figure it out, all that. But so far, it's been positive. I mean, it cost us less money for hotel rooms. You know, there's more people here. There's more things to do that, you know, to actually help you get ahead. You know, all these classes that they're giving, and so I think it's a positive thing. You know, it's been nothing but good.
All right. Well, Coach, it's time. You ready for these fastballs here?
Most definitely. Let's do it.
All right, we're going to spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions.
Okay.
I promise there's nothing on here that's going to get you in trouble.
Okay.
But you have to answer truthfully.
Okay.
Or we'll send Max after you.
We'll do our best.
All right. Give that bad boy a spin. All right, what'd you get?
Old man things.
All right. You're not that old, but
43.
I bet you've got. Is there something that you do now, and it can be in your at work or at home, that maybe your wife tells you is an old man thing, or you know, or your kids make fun of you about, or your players make fun of you about because it's an old man thing? I've had a couple of good ones already.
Golly.
Coach Chris at Sam Houston said he wears socks with sandals. That's his old man thing.
No. Man, I'm trying to think of what that would be. Man.
What about technology? Do you see?
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Do you see your players? They text message you like in emojis and stuff, and
most definitely, yeah. And I don't know how to do anything computer wise. I mean, I'm an old man when it comes to knowing how to fix anything computer wise. So
you text now. You text.
I can text,
but you text back in full sentences. You
sure.
You don't like shorthanded or anything.
Yeah, no. I mean, I could text, but I mean, when it comes to fixing computers or knowing how to do anything and stuff, I can't do any of that.
So do you have like a freshman coach? Do you have a huddle guy?
Most definitely.
Do you have a freshman coach that handles your technology for you? And
well,
everything?
yeah, and we just have one of those. You know, we have a guy, Coach Mayeski, that can do anything and fix anything and all that stuff, and he's that guy.
He's
for
your
us.
guy.
Oh yeah.
Is he going to run your Twitter account for you?
I don't have a Twitter account.
No, not yours,
but
your team
yes,
Twitter.
Yes, most definitely.
The Giddings.
We'll come up with one.
All right.
That's another thing. Social media, I'm not on it.
You're not on it? Yeah, you are on social media.
So I'm an old man as far as that's concerned.
All right, there you go. Well, there you have it. The oldest 43-year-old in the state, Coach Wade Griffin from Giddings. Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on the new gig.
Thank you.
Good luck in 2018,
yes, sir.
And appreciate what you do for student athletes here in Texas.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Coach.